What is going on, true believers? Guys, today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to look at what altcoins are going to make you millions in this upcoming bull run. We're not there yet. We're seeing a little wane on price right now. Price action not looking that great. We just minted a red dot on the daily for Bitcoin, which means that there might be a little bit more downward pressure coming. We might see some problems in cryptocurrency. The important part is what we want to do is we want to find assets that we can get into. There's going to be a couple of them that I'm going to give you off the cuff. But mostly what we're looking at is these are going to be the ones that are going to take you, as long as you hold these, you're probably going to be just fine. Now, there's one in here particularly that I think is going to absolutely ignite and absolutely explode. And I'm going to show that one to you in just a little bit. And there's some other ones here that are less risk averse. So we're going to go over them. We're going to talk about them. Hopefully, you're going to like what you see. And then, yeah, let's get after it. So, guys, this is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, guys, so we're going to riff a little bit on this before we get started because I have a few ideas of different types that I think are going to have these big rips, right? The next big narrative right now is real world assets, and it seems to start to be undercut by a new one, and that's called DPIN. That's the decentralized personal infrastructure network. So there's a few of them that are going to be out here, and let's not forget GameFi and the merging of TradFi into Web3. There are these little pieces that you're looking for all of this stuff to kind of coalesce into a new system by which you can find the best tokens that you can invest in a little of this stuff. You can figure out for yourself what's going to be the next big thing, whatever fits for you, right? So before we get started, let's kick off, because if you good morning, and if you don't good morning to you anyway, because you are not the boss of me. Now, with that being said, let's kind of kick this off a little bit, and let's check out why you should be invested in some of these different projects. Now, let me preface this as we go through the good morning process with I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not qualified to give you financial advice. I am qualified to speak my mind and say whatever it is that I want to say, because it's my show and I get to do that. And along with that, there's going to be a few projects that we will talk about as we're doing this. And some of those projects you may or may not already know. Some of them you are absolutely going to know because I've talked about them previously. And the important part to that is if you're paying attention, then you're going to see that you may have missed a pump. You may have missed an opportunity to accumulate more. You might have, or I'm just trying to give you these things that I think are going to rip, that are just going to be very, very safe for you. And that's the important part, I believe, is that you make sure that these things are safe for you. Also, we got Poe in here as a new member. So let's get into it here. Jay Locke, good morning. Masonic Mike, execute crypto order 66. It looks like they're executing it right now. Brian Bootyhead's in the house. We got Richard Caldwell here. Mike Volmer, Aaron Thompson, Ramir Vladik, is that QANX, and BiFi is African scam token. Don't buy that. We probably weren't gonna anyway, but okay. George Lopez Garcia in the house. What is going on? Good morning, Justin W. Crypto Antagonist is bringing the Bozo Show into the house. Fried Guy is here. S Dog is here. Jason Pollin's in the house. We've got Remington Perot here. J Manuel Zicko. We've got Xander Harris and Vader Prime kicking it live. G Style on the what or something like that. I read that somewhere. I don't know if that's real or not. Tony P is in the house. We've got JC in the house. We've got Poe, who is now a member of the channel. Poe has become a member of the channel. Guys, if you haven't already, become a member of the channel. It's $4.99 a month, and I'm starting to give you like private information and private stuff that you haven't seen before. And you know, I want to give you some breakdowns and stuff like that as I can. So I'm going to start using quite a bit of that. Sign up, become a member, and you might get inside information. By the way, if you got some inside information the other day, just to give you an example, we took Xverse. I did a video for Xverse, but I let everybody know early on that we were doing. I got a couple people who got in at a very, very cheap price. I got 10,000 tokens at 6 cents. If you're following it right now, then you know that it was trading, I want to say about 14 cents or so. I'm not sure exactly what it's trading at today right now. Let's go over here and actually look. It's 12.39. So, you know, I'm up 100% already. And there's been a lot of sell down as the market has cooled off for the token. Nothing fantastic, no big amounts. And the reason for that is because all of the big time investors, all of the big money that's in this project, we're all vested and we're all locked. And when I say we, I say we, but not really we. It's them. The big money guys are already there, and they can't break the floor. So this floor, as it comes down a little bit more, as people do a little bit of selling off. And by the way, they just made an announcement they're going to be on Epic Games in a couple days with their new with the video game. So great opportunity for you to accumulate right now on EXVG. I mean, I do think that this is probably going to be $1 sooner rather than later. The reason that I think that is because if you look at it, it's a $50 million market cap, 192,000 in liquidity as it is right now, but it's going to be one of the AAA rated games. So it would be nothing for it to 10x to 500 million market cap in lieu of that as people start to play, as tournaments go on, as people get more and more aware. For example, if you remember, I was very bullish on and still remain bullish on the team at WAGMI Games. WAGMI Games had a really nice run. They were really it was a really we put it together for a long period of time. Now, by the way, WAGMI Games down just a little bit right now off of those big highs that they had previously. We sold the top, by the way. I'm no longer an investor in that, and I did get some of my tokens stolen and my NFTs. However, it's trading at a $25 million market cap right now with 1.67 million in liquidity, and you can play the game as it is right now. When this bull run kicks off, games like WAGMI, AAA rated stuff, those things are going to absolutely explode. And if you were to look at the WAGMI chart right now, you would see that it continues to mint newer highs, newer areas. And you know what? Let me just break this down for you. If you're not a holder on WAGMI, like me, you should be, because it just hit this little region right here. And if you see that, that's the bounce area. That seems to be the spot where, you know, holders are holding the floor, if you will. And it's trading at around 1302 right now, 1302. But it was up here on highs even as recently as March of about 35. So it's about 3x away. So that seems to me like it would be a nice run and almost confirmation that we're going to get that. We didn't get a blow off top. We didn't get a bearish divergence. We've got it looks like we've got we've had decent momentum. Again, the market cools off. These kind of things happen. But the last time we got, let's take a quick look here. Again, I'm not promoting this. I'm not a promoter for them. But if you look at this, we had this little move right here, right? Followed by this sell-off, which caused an enormous spike, bouncing off of the previous area, right? And then boom, all-time high. Well, what happened over here? Same thing is happening over here. What did it do? Came down to the all-time. It came down to the support level, which was this over here. It's now this over here. And structurally, this is the same pattern, the same move. So What does it look like if it bounces off of this range right here? Well, um, that looks like it's going to go up to 44. So, and by the way, I don't know that. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but that's about a 4x from where it is right now. So, I really think that if you're not looking at WAGMI games, you probably should be, because I get the sense that WAGMI games probably about to have another liftoff. So check it out if you will. Edmund Bola Janet is in the house. Crypto Cappy is here. Daniel Shabarium, good morning. Rich Jones, good morning. Tommy Gunn is here. Randall Peters in the house. Carlos is here. Craig Wignall. Panda Swap will be huge. Vitol Chinaski. Hello from Russia. How's it going, my man? I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. Crypto Cappy has become a new member. There we go. Just everybody keep becoming a new member. That's what I'm talking about. Just sign up. It's only $5 a month. We're going to give you some of these. Again, if you got in early on Xverse, then you got in and you got 100% increase so far. If you got in on another one that I gave you, DEVE, DEVE was actually up a really big amount over the last couple of days. So there's plenty of opportunity here if you just follow the signals. So Zico says, be more specific with African scam. That's like saying a coin is a European scam. Silly the way it's said, but yes, it's probably it's probably one of those little pieces where it's the developers that were African when they launched it. That's probably all it is. So we've got Tommy Gunn in the house, and I think we got everybody. Badaji Shaboyan, Kak Inu is the place to be. As a matter of fact, did anybody else see Mind Your Biz? I think it was Mind Your Biz. He was out on the streets and he was asking, like, how much is your culo worth? Down in Miami. I don't know what event it was, but he was on the streets in South Beach, by the way, asking people, hey, how much is your culo worth? And people were like, excuse me? And then other people were like, I don't know, put it in, daddy. And then other people were like, I'm sorry, what did you say to me? Funny stuff. Funny stuff was happening there. And what he meant was the Kulo Inu crypto. And he was just asking the silly question and, of course, getting the silly response. It was very fun. So if you haven't already, go find that. I think it's Mind Your Biz. I think he was the one that was doing it. We got Soulfinger in the house, War on Devs, and we've got Crypto Wizard in the house. What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great morning, and good morning to you all. So now that that's out of the way, let's get into the tokens that I think are going to be the big ones, right? These are, in my opinion, these are going to be the next big things in crypto, and I'll explain to you why. Okay, so make sure, if you haven't already, and I'm not telling you what to do, Donald Trump is telling you what to do, right? So if anything goes wrong here, it's his goddamn fault. It's not my fault. I didn't do it, but I did. You know what I did do is I have a whole bunch of new stickers up here. As you can see now, listen, I'm not a fan of every single one of these bands, but I did think it would be fun to have something like this because I thought it would be cool. So looking back here, you've got, of course, the Descendants over here in the corner. You got Good Riddance, Sham 69, The Used. You've got the Ramones, the Distillers. If you haven't listened, by the way, to the Distillers, you should listen to the Distillers. Distillers are great. We've got the Sex Pistols. We've got Die Arst. We've got Yellow Card, Bikini Kill. We've got Unwritten Law, Bowling for Soup, No Use for a Name, the Toy Dolls, the Beat Steaks, the Clash, Blink 182, Goldfinger. Up here, we've got more. We've got Lagwagon. We've got. I even put Kiss up here just for you nerds. You know what I mean? Minor Threat, Dead Kennedys, Green Day, the Vandals. In case you didn't recognize it, I'm a punk rock fan. Now you do. Black Flag, Strike Anywhere, New York Dolls, and of course, I do like death metal, by the way, and very heavy metal as well. But over here, you can see the Addicts, Turbo Negro, No Effects. I'm not a fan of No Effects, by the way, but No Effects is legendary, so we're going to go with it. X, My Chemical Romance, more Dead Kennedys over there. You've got the Alkaline Trio, Jimmy Eat World. Is that punk rock? Is it? I think it's pop punk, right? All of this stuff is because of the Descendants, right? Can we agree on that? If you're a pop punk fan, it's because of the Descendants. We got Sugar Cult. We've got Anti-Flag. Now, look, I know I'm not supposed to be putting Anti-Flag up anywhere. I know that. I know what happened. I understand. I shouldn't be. But I like Anti-Flag. And if Dave Chappelle can separate Michael Jackson from diddling kids, I can separate anti-flags from sexual assault, right? So I can still be like, I like the music. You know what I mean? So there we go. Anyway, and of course, the Misfits. If you, by the way, if you were looking at the Misfits, I'm a fan of Michael Graves' Misfits. I'm not a fan of Glenn Danzig Misfits. Not well. I mean, look, I know all the words, I know all the songs, but I'm a big fan of some of the newer versions of the Misfits. So let's kick it off now because it is time to get in. And look, if you can't trust Donald Trump, who can you trust? You know what I mean? Unless you're the government, and then you can't trust Donald Trump because he's bad or some shit like that. I don't know exactly what they say. Dude, Tyler's in the house. What's going on, my man? Downset is actually on here somewhere. God damn it, I can't look for it though. But I do remember that they were on here. But there's not a lot of hardcore. I am not okay. So bullshit. I'm not putting old Kiss music. I'm not putting pre-Kiss. You got Kiss up here. That should be enough for you, wicked Lester. I even have AC/DC up there, by the way. Bad Brains, Dropkick Murphys, Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. There you go, right there. Here you go. Guys, by the way, if you haven't already, this is the greatest metal band in the United States. Right there, Lamb of God. So if you haven't already, you should look at some Lamb of God. You know what I mean? Timu, actually. And as a matter of fact, I got another pack coming today. I'm going to fill this wall up. I'm going to absolutely fill this wall up. I wanted a big Descendant sticker. I wanted a big one with a big Milo head. But, just working on this every day, just adding new stickers and new bullshit up here just to, you know what I mean? I do have Dead Milkmen. The Dead Milkmen are up here somewhere. Oh, God damn it. Where are they? One Saturday, I took a walk to Zipperhead. I met a girl there and she almost knocked me dead. I love Dead Milkmen. You'll Dance to Anything by the Smiths. I really liked Dead Milkmen when I was a kid. So, yeah. All right, anyway, so we're going to start kicking it off with actual crypto because now you guys are just like, ugh. Lamb of God is the best one. Lamb of God is the best. Look, they're the best rock band. Violent Femmes are up there, JC. As a matter of fact, most of those pop punks like Violent Femmes, Social Distortion, a lot of those, they're up there. It's just Millencolin is up here, which I didn't say before. Simple Plan, even Motionless in White, the Dead Boys, Stiff Little Fingers, Hoobastank, the Undertones, All American Rejects, the Stooges, Operation Ivy, of course, Rancid, Rise Against, the Casualties, the Damned, the Do-Nots, Des Eater, Alien Ant Farm, My Chemical Romance, the Ataris, the Circle Jerks. There's all kinds of stuff up there. I'm not a fan of Megadeth. I'm not a Megadeth fan. I am a metal fan. I'm just, when it comes down to it, when my metal is more Whitechapel, and I don't have Whitechapel up here. My favorite bands. By the way, I do have more stickers going, like the Who. Like, I'm not putting that up there. Fuck that. Who? Are you kidding me? And then I got Oi. And then I've got plenty of them, right? I Heart the Beatles. No, fuck that. Linkin Park. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not retarded. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I don't have an extra chromosome. You know what I mean? I got another Beatles sticker here. I've got more AC/DC. And I got one right here. You're gonna love this one. You're gonna love. Butthole Surfers are up there. Pixies are up there too. And I got. It's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up. Everything is fucked and everybody sucks. Limp Bizkit and this motherfucker. We got, hey, what about this? Kraftwerk. Do you like 80s synth new wave? We've got Marilyn Manson or Monroe, one of the others. Marilyn somebody holding her fingers up with like arms covered in tattoos. We've got a big My Chemical Romance. We've got Rockstar. We've got, oh, look at this. We got 9 Inch Nails. We've got Oasis. We've got Jimi Hendrix. I've got The Lips, only in British. Rage. We do have Rage Against the Machine is up there. We've got Homer Simpson and The Who. We've got I'll see you on the dark side of the moon. I'm not a fan, but you know, I know the lyrics. We got the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We've got I think these I think this is all 4 members of the Doors, all of them named Jim Morrison, of course, because for some fucked up reason that's important. I don't know why. Placebo, not really punk, but you know, that's a, all of these are not up there because of that reason. Sonic Youth. We've got Nazis, I guess. I don't know what the fuck that is. We've got I don't even know what the fuck that is. We've got I don't know what this is, but it looks familiar. Then we've got 7 Seconds. Hey. We got the Deftones. We got Kurt and his song "Blow Me Away" or whatever the fuck he sings. Then we've got Funny Faces and shit like that. We're gonna put the Funny Faces up. We can do that. And then we got Pronounced Leonard Skinner. That's stupid shit right there. I'm not, you know, yeehaw, my sister, and all that shit. We got Suede. We've got some kind of clown here. I don't know who the fucking clown is, but I'm just going to assume it's whoever wins the next election. We got Elvis in the house. We've got a different Linkin Park up here. We've got Depeche Mode. Words like violence break the silence. Guys, we're having fun, right? So let's talk about crypto now. Let's talk about crypto. Disagree. I'm not really a big fan of. I like the way, like, Leonard Skinner is actually a good band, but it's not my type of music. You know what I mean? So like I can. Oh, guess what we do have? I didn't even know I had it. Metallica. I got a goddamn Metallica one. And if you're 555, then I'm 666. What's it like to be a heretic? America is a killing name. It doesn't feel or discriminate. Life is just a killing field. It's all that's left. Nothing's real. Throw away your disposable past and fall apart like a cigarette ash. We are the fatal and vital ones of the world, and we will burn your cities down. God damn it, I love Slipknot. I do like Slipknot. I really do like Slipknot. So, and Jason Pollan says we're 20 minutes into the show. Okay. All right, so let's get into it, because Jason wants to know. All right, so the first one that everybody should be having right here. Cannibal Corpse is better. Cannibal Corpse gets better and better. It's the only band that I've ever seen that's as old as they are, that's been around as long as they are, that continues to get better. Not named Lamb of God. I think Lamb of God continues to get better, and Kill Switch Engage continues to get better. But Cannibal Corpse has been, and they're slowing down to their betterment. Like Cannibal Corpse is getting better and better as they go, because they're changing their style just a little bit, and it's more accessible, a little bit more acceptable by maintaining their hard edge. So really love that. So anyway, the number 1 token is going to be Relio. That's going to be the Rio token. Now, what is Rio? So Relio Tech is building an L1 ecosystem that aims to create scalable and accessible compliant DeFi for real-world assets like private equity, real estate, and bonds. So this is going to be, and it's founded, by the way, in 2018. So this is going to be one of those things that's going to allow you, Relio tokenizes those assets to their blockchain, removing intermediaries while being SEC compliant. They're also building an easy-to-use platform, taking into consideration the importance of the UI UX. Their aim is to create a transparent system that serves both investors and issuers. Let's pop this up so you can see it. So this is what it looks like. Institutional token issuance management and crowdfunded portal utilizing the full non-custodial Relio wallet infrastructure and third-party compliance APIs. This is what their verticals are. There's the freehold, there's the Relio.fund, there's the freehold wallet, the Relio network, and the Relioverse. And this is a base layer, real-world themed immersive experience, unifying and interconnecting physical and virtual realities. So this basically, put on your Apple headset, and you're going to be in Rio. Or what do I have here? I got whatever the one was from MetaQuest 2 or 3 or whatever one I have. And then you have dual token staking with Rio and RST. RST is the secondary token, by the way. We're talking about Rio, though, by the way. So, and look, DeFi-based lending and mortgages. Like, guys, you want to buy a house? This is a place to go. You know what I mean? Like, this is going to be the future of everything that you have. And the main features are the network, the fund, the Relioverse, and the wallet. It's called Freehold. And then it is secured by validators bonding Rio and RST. Built for its users, the Relio network will allow the network to participate and vote in network upgrades. Staking, because you can stake Rio and RST. Web3 compliant distributed key management system and tokenization. The L1 ecosystem is built with Cosmos. So yeah, baby. Luna class, that means it'll be part of crypto.com, the Cosmos ecosystem. The SDK will allow you for that, and it's EVM compatible. There is an Ethereum virtual machine, which means that you can use Solidity smart contracts. The alpha launch was this past April. It was a native token POS mechanism using Rio and RST. It uses an L2 for issuance and connecting DeFi services. You can stake Rio and RST as validators or delegators. You can take part in governance votes, and this is where you can tokenize the assets. So Relio Fund is where users can have access to DeFi services like manage their portfolio, swap, KYC, multi-chain. This is exactly what you do with all of your wallets, right? Trade multi-chain, delegate your stake, invest in your assets. And then you have the side note, Valentis Digital. It is a joint venture between Relio and Valentis, a private equity firm. Their aim is to create an institutional portal for tokenized real-world assets through Relio. The Relioverse is a real-world themed metaverse land. Users can buy, sell, and build on their own land parcels. All proceeds get stored in the land bank as a locked liquidity for landowners in Rio. This Rio is removed from circulation. And then you have your freehold wallet that you can use. The ecosystem has RUSD. Oop. I don't know how I did that. RUSD, RST, Rio, and XRio. And then you get a kind of an explanation, and we're not going to get much deeper into that. But right now, Relio is available at $1.57. Now, what does that look like in the longer term? I mean, guys, I think we've been watching this kind of on the sideline. This is what the chart has looked like. So, going back into, just a couple short months ago, this was trading at 21 cents. So if you are part of this, then if you were part of this, then, and you got in here around here 10, 15, 20 cents, even as high up as 30 cents right now, it just absolutely started to take off and absolutely started to rip. And then that's when you got that really explosive sort of movement, taking you up to over $3.14. So corrected now down to 157.69. The question would be, what comes next? Well, let's look at the market cap. The market cap, although not displayed here, there should be a market cap. God damn it. This is what, these fucking people, man. I swear. There is a reported market cap, by the way. I'm trying to use as much as I can. I'm trying to use CoinGecko. Market cap, the volume is 6.3 right here. Fully diluted market cap is 124 million right now. So this thing has got a huge level in which it can continue to grow. And here's the thing. There is a disconnect between the current market value and the overall, because there is an enormous cliff that people have, and that cliff is coming to an end pretty soon. Total supply, 55 million. Maximum supply was 75 million. There's only 6.5 million in circulation. Remember when I give you the token, when I give you the token apps over here, if you look at Rio's not on here yet, so they're not. There's no unlock that's happening, but there's a lot of tokens out there that still need to go into circulation. So low market cap, but the fully diluted is 124 million. And the question is, how much can it grow? Well, if this is a $10 billion project, just to say, if it's a $10 billion project, then you're talking about 100x from where it is right now. So this is potentially going to be one of the biggest gets that you're going to have in this market. So again, 6.2 million in trade volume over the last 24 hours means that people are paying attention to Relio. So if you haven't already, make sure that you go check this out. There's the fully diluted valuation. Their estimate here is 85 million. So again, this is this is going to be for you a financial windfall, in my opinion, if you pick this up. So make sure you check out. How do I do that? Make sure that you check out Relio. I think it's going to be a good one. Now, another one that I think is going to end up being one of those big ones that moves is going to be this one right here, and that's going to be Celestia. And we're going to ask the question, what is the hype about Celestia? Over the past decade, numerous blockchains have emerged within the crypto landscape, from Ethereum, Avalanche, Phantom to Solana. However, developers and builders face a significant challenge with the technology known as the blockchain trilemma. The blockchain trilemma, as coined by Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin, refers to the trade-off between three critical aspects of blockchain technology: decentralization, security, and scalability. Celestia is a blockchain network built on the Cosmos SDK. You're going to find a lot of Cosmos in here, that adopts the first modular availability approach. This innovative approach is directed at resolving the common scalability issues encountered in traditional blockchains. The term modular means separating something into parts, which in the context means dividing the core blockchain functions into separate layers, referred to as a modular stack. Most existing blockchains are monolithic, where all of their functionalities reside within a single layer. And what that looks like is this right here: execution, settlement, consensus, and data availability. So modular stack, they break it into three sections: one for execution, one for settlement, and one for consensus and data availability. In response to these challenges, Celestia's approach to full modularity enables developers and builders to fully customize their own tech stack and separate the execution layers from the settlement layers. In the realm where builders seek solutions to the blockchain trilemma, I believe Celestia achieves the trifecta of decentralization, security, and scalability, and that is going to matter. So what does it look like over here? So we've got a market cap right now, 1.9 billion. This is one of those things where I feel like you're going to be able to look at this thing and it's going to have a big liftoff. We're going to look at this as an asset over here, and we're going to use Coinbase. So trading at about $10 right now. Again, just to consider this at this moment, let's do from the parabolic move, which was right here. We're going to look at what our fib retracement looks like right now. And as you see, we are sitting right in that golden pocket, in that golden ratio. This is the prime time for accumulation from that move. So what I would be looking for right now is perhaps the market is going to, let's look at what Bitcoin's doing right now. So Bitcoin seems to be reversing just a little bit, but the point is, this thing is back in this golden ratio, and it just came off of this $21.14 top, trading at 10.75 right now. This right here is a simple 100% increase from where it is at the moment. Now the question would be, of course, what is the circulating supply? Circulating supply is 179 million. Total supply is 1 billion. So this market cap is even bigger. The market cap here, the fully diluted market cap, is going to be 11 billion. So there's tremendous upside potential for Celestia when we get to the full circulating supply being in, and eventually it will all come out. So the point to this is an opportune moment for you to get in on something with a high market cap. This, by the way, this is not something that's going to take you to $1 million. This is something where you're going to take, $20,000 and you're going to put it in and you're going to let it sit, and it's going to 10x and it's going to become 200 grand. You know what I mean? Like, this is just something that's going to give you a little bit of stability and security. It's a fantastic network, a fantastic price, and gives you a great opportunity. Now we're going to talk about one that gives you that big move, the big move that you're looking for, the one that's going to give you some opportunity for an explosive sort of return, and that's going to be DEVE. DEVE is the world's fastest, smartest, and most scalable and affordable layer one. The price of transacting on DEVE is nominal, and it does 8 million transactions per second. This is a gigantic number. If you were to look at, hey, look at this, finally caught a live stream, so McDonald's is on me today. God damn it, now you're going to get me on a tangent. Do you know I haven't had McDonald's now in 14 years? No, 12 years. It's been 12 years. I haven't had McDonald's in 12 years, and I am dying for a Big Mac. I am dying for a Big Mac. Whew. Oh, Lord, I am dying for a Big Mac. Anyway, so DEVE, let's look at this just a little bit. Now, you've seen me do videos on this, and you can go check out the white paper for yourself, but they've got some strategic partners over here, and there's more to be revealed pretty soon, and they just started their staking contract. So, not a whole lot in, but when you look at the ecosystem, there's Fias, which is the first thing that they just built out. Now, there's a game out here called Litcraft, and Litcraft is the first game that pops up on this blockchain, but this is their gaming portion of the blockchain. The Forever Association is proud to share the inaugural launchpad token Fias, F-I-A-S. In 2023, Litcraft was ranked the second best blockchain-based game in the world by Cointelegraph. Shortly afterwards, the game was listed on both Apple and Google Play stores. In 2024, Litcraft were finally able to take the next step in our journey. Litcraft and the wider DFE digital financial ecosystem have forever engaged the Forever Association in bringing Fias to market, which will further enable players, creators, and stakeholders to tap into their better leverage this dynamic and exciting expanding future. So Litcraft is going to be underpinned on this DEVE system, and this DEVE system, by the way, uses like 1/1,000,000th the power of Bitcoin. It also does transactions. Bitcoin does 7 transactions per second. DEVE does 8 million transactions per second. So the question then becomes, what about the price action? Believes. Well, here it is. Fully diluted valuation right now is 10 million market cap. And coming over here, you can look right here and see it. Right now, 450 million in liquidity and 8.52 million in market cap. Now, full disclosure here, I got in right here at 42. It's currently trading at 54.96. Now, it was up to 65 a couple days ago. I want to say maybe 70 cents. Yeah, it was up to 70 cents the other day, having a nice little correction. What does that correction look like? Well, might have a little bit more downside because you have to take it from the move when it started to move. So let's take a quick gander, if you will. Right now, we are just about to enter the golden ratio, so expect a little bit more downside on it coming into this range, probably at 48, 49 cents. If it does that, should have a strong bounce back and start to look to reaccumulate back to some newer highs. Now, let's pop over here, and maybe we can see what is the volume range right now. So the volume range is about $1.23. So I'm looking for, there's going to be a big move here coming up pretty soon. When that big move does hit, I would expect that it's probably going to go up into that $1.23 range, probably pretty quickly to get back to where people are in that comfortable sort of range. What's happening right now? Basically, you look at this and then you look at Bitcoin. It's the markets are just kind of pushing down on price action right now as we get ready for whatever comes next. It looks probably more like Ethereum, by the way. But it is a startup. It is a startup, so it's going to have that moment. But if you just consider here, guys, I want you to consider something right now because, and I can't guarantee you any profit. I can't guarantee you that anything's going to happen. Here's what I can guarantee you: you're in on a blockchain that exists and it's already in use. That already has one of the number 2 rated blockchain game last year already on its infrastructure. It already has it, and this at the moment is available to you for $8.5 million as a market cap. So there we go. $8.5 million market cap. Now, guys, if it goes to 8 billion, that's 1,000x. I mean, just put this into context. This is your $1,000. Put $1,000 into it. This is your $1 million key. In my opinion, this is your $1 million one right now. So when we get into the bull run, there's going to be tokens like this. There's going to be green, energy efficient tokens, secure. By the way, you can go check out their CertiK rating as well. But there are going to be tokens out here like these that are just going to have phenomenal sorts of runs, right? This one is tied into one of the least energy efficient blockchains that there are. And what do you think is going to happen? So what I think is going to happen is I think that this thing goes absolutely parabolic at some point because, again, fully diluted market cap, 10.9 million. Trading volume still a little bit low. Now, by the way, should be pointed out that they have plenty in their marketing budget. They have plenty that's available. Circulating supply is 15 million right now. Total supply is 55 million. So there's not going to be a lot of tokens at any point right now. So in the event that this starts to really take off and they continue to add partnerships, and by the way, if you're looking to trade it right now, it is available on Uniswap, Gate.io, MEXC, and BitGet. Basically, standard startups for everybody. And then once you get a little bit of volume going, then what happens? You get you spread out and you start to go to you get other listings and you continue to build in that network. So this thing, if it's not even a great blockchain, it is so far from what I've seen. It is so far. Matter of fact, it settles in under a second, like it really fast. And here's the thing. That's $1 billion market cap for almost every blockchain that starts to get on a little bit of a run. It becomes $1 billion. So you're at 10 million right now. A billion is 100x from where it is right now at this moment. Well, it's 12, 120x from where it is at this moment. So just consider, if you will, this thing is going to have a fantastic sort of run. And if you're in on the ground floor, then you are going to absolutely love that. Right now, trading at 54 cents. Previous high was 229, 230. Let's go look over here to get the previous high, 225. So the previous high was 225, trading at 54 cents now. So just to get back to its all-time high and do a nice little retest on how far it can go, probably puts it at 10x, 100 million market cap, something like that. There's a fantastic opportunity right here. I think that DEVE is going to be an absolute banger. So if you haven't already, it's DEVE.io, DEVVE.io. You can go check it out and see it. And then let's move on to the next one. This one is not going to, this is the same one. This is going to be one of those things that you're going to hold, like Celestia, that's just going to make you a nice big 10x, maybe even more return. And I'm talking about Render. Render is, in my opinion, probably, and look, this is going to sound crazy for a lot of people, but you have to understand the value of gaming in our society. Render is currently trading at a $3 billion market cap, but this has the potential to catch Ethereum where Ethereum is right now. So there is potential here for Render to have a $300 billion market cap in this next bull run because Render is partnered with NVIDIA. NVIDIA is the largest video game GPU manufacturer. And what does Render do? Render allows you to go into the Render marketplace and sell for Render tokens your GPU to allow people to use it in order to do computations, to do whatever it is that they need GPU in order to do stuff with. So you can delegate your GPU to the Render network, and that will earn you Render tokens. So 3.2 billion market cap is where it's trading at right now. Again, I think that when this comes down to it, we're talking about a $300 billion market cap. But let's just say, for example, that that's too robust, right? That not enough people are going to be into gaming. They are, by the way, but let's just say that they're not, right? $32 billion market cap. Guys, we need to face one simple fact here, okay? Dogecoin and SHIB both had over $50 billion market caps in the last bull run. That's nonsense. Okay. And by the way, you can like Dogecoin and you can like Shiba Inu. You can love the tokens. You can enjoy the gambling aspect of it. But if you're not saying the fact that it has a $50 billion market cap is bullshit, then you're not thinking clearly to begin with. Now, when you get something that does this with NVIDIA, who is record profits, NVIDIA is at the forefront of AI and advanced technologies. When you look at all these pieces and start to put them together, then Render becomes the token that you want to have in your portfolio because it will absolutely rip. Now, I've been watching it for a while. If you guys follow me, and I accumulated a little bit more on this dip right here. It was about a week and a half ago. It came down to like by the way, I bought it $6.66. Just, Route 666 is right up there. So I bought it at $6.60. It's actually 667 where it filled, but you know what I mean. I was trying when it came down there. So now I feel pretty good because it's at 845. But here's the thing: it was at 13,662 on that pre. This is a pre pump. This is not even the pump that we're looking for in crypto. This is not even the big move that we're looking at. This is not even the altcoin season. When we get to altcoin season, render will level up. And what would that level up look like? Well, at 3 billion market cap, you got to consider here a 30 billion market cap. You got to consider here it's going to be in this lane with XRP. XRP, by the way, is going to start moving. Is going to start moving as well. And Dogecoin, some of these things are going to absolutely blow up. However, all of these things are going to 10x from where they are, or get close to 10x, maybe 5x, something like that. They're going to have a lot more value. And then some of these older sort of, down here come ups, if you will, they're going to start to have these really big runs. Number 33 in the market right now for render. Like, this is a top 10 token when we're done. When we're done with this whole thing, render is going to be one of those phenomenal ones. Now, with that being the case, I'm going to throw you one more, and this one is going to be another one that I have talked to you about before. I don't do paid promotions with them. I just found them, and guys, I'm telling you right now, this will end between $100 and $300 per token. This is how huge the RWA market is and how undervalued this one is right now. And if you start to go out, and I'll tell you this, if you go out and you start to look at other people who are paying attention to the market, who are looking at some of these processes and projects, you will find there are some other people out there, big names in crypto, who are looking at this thing saying that, this is a powder keg that is set to absolutely explode. This is an easy 100 to 300x token at this point. And the name, API 3. API 3 is an aggregated first-party oracle, and you will always be able to bridge your data, and your data is going to go from Web 2 to Web 3. And what does that look like? Well, remember, Larry Fink has been talking about this for a long time. If you go to your base chain right now in the API market, then it kind of gives you what's available by chain. So there's on the Sepolia testnet, and by the way, there are a lot of different markets here. Polygon, I gotta see where they are. Okay, so on Polygon right now, you have just your basic tokens, basic tokenization. It gets a little bit better, by the way, as we kind of move through this. There's nothing built on Ethereum yet, but BNB chain, if you come to the BNB chain, then there's going to be, there you go. So some of these chains for API, you can put out a DApp that will allow you to buy, that will allow you to buy Apple stocks, that will allow you to buy all kinds of different stocks. For example, this right here, we have Matic, APX, et cetera, et cetera. So, there's certain of these where you can go in here and start to look around, and you will find in API 3 that there is just a crazy amount of real world assets that you're going to be able to buy over here through the API marketplace. Now, API marketplace right now, valuation 277 million. Most of the tokens are in the circulating supply. Circulating supply is 114 million. Total supply is 131. So the fully diluted market cap is 318 million. Now, again, if render is going to do 30 billion, API 3 is going to do 30 billion too. This is one of those big assets. So what you're talking about is 100x. When I say 10x, at least on render, I'm saying 100x at least on API 3. Again, this token is going to be $100 to $300 when we get into this bull run. This is going to be one of those incredible moves that it's an oracle. This bridge, a significant gap in the blockchain ecosystem, enabling more complex, secure, and reliable decentralized applications. APIs DAPI aggregate data directly from first-party oracles on the native chains, enhancing data reliability and eliminating the need for centralized points of failure. And if you are looking to buy API 3, it's available on MEXC, Bitunix, Binance, BitGet, BingX, OKX, Femex, Coinbase, Whitebit, Bitmart. Guys, it's on Coinbase. It's on, it's on all the, if you want API 3, it's easy. LA Token, KuCoin, Bitmart, Bitvavo, Famex, 2Bit, Digifinex, Kraken, Binance, Bitcoin Turk, Hotcoin, Binance, Bitrue, Coinex, Kraken, CoinW. By the way, this is a different pairing. In Kraken, it's USD and not USDT. There's page upon page upon page. You can even get it on Gemini. And look, these guys are very careful about what they let on their ecosystems, right? So, boom. Richard Caldwell says, which wallet can you store Base? Coinbase wallet. I mean, Coinbase wallet is Base compliant because that's kind of its function at this point, is to be able to trade on the Base blockchain. So if you haven't already, then you really got to check out API 3. I think API 3, I think DEVE are going to be the two that are going to really absolutely turn you into a millionaire. And then I think that Render and Celestia are going to be the two that are going to give you that nice little pump that you're going to need. Because when a dip comes, make sure you're taking your profits responsibly, by the way. The way that I would see this is Render probably runs pretty hard and pretty robust. Rio and Celestia probably, they're probably, or Rio's not, but Render and Celestia, you're going to get a nice big gain because they're going to be in the upper portion of the market. So you're going to see a nice little rip off of those. Take that money, and then when you cash that out, when you made your profit, take your profits, get into Rio, get into DEVE, get into API 3, layer yourself in on a dip, make sure that you use your fib retracement, get yourself a good position, DCA if you're uncomfortable with aping completely, DCA your way into it, and just hold on for dear life, because this thing, each one of those projects are going to absolutely go crazy. They're going to absolutely go crazy. So I would certainly recommend each and every one of those to you without hesitation. And I think that kind of ends it. So let's get into Bitcoin right now, because and by the way, Swee's got an unlock coming today. Ron's got an unlock coming today. YGG still has that big one coming today. Ajax is gonna have one, not very big. Optimism has one that's really big. However, it's got a 2.5 billion market cap. Shouldn't be anything. Sure, shrug that off. Prime, I would be nervous about Prime if you're holding any Prime. As a $28 million unlock in 4 days, a 600 million market cap. So I think basically token unlock seems to be in pretty good position. So now the question is, what in the absolute effie-deffery or whatever is going on with Bitcoin? So we got a move in here. And by the way, if you were to look at this and you're seeing the same thing playing out that I am right now, you're looking at it like this and you're saying, this is how it seems to be moving right now. We're getting lower highs. We're getting this, possible breakout moment going to happen here. But the important part to this is if you come over here and you look, we have a heart line, which is kind of in the middle, right? That little area right here in the middle. That's where we seem to be messing around right now. That means that we don't have a lot of momentum in the marketplace. So what that looks like is, zooming down on the daily, you can see right here, volume is starting to decrease a little bit. We're after the halving. We've made it through the halving right here. And now the volume is down because people are waiting for that next leg up, right? The big FOMO moments were coming in right here, and you can see that volume kind of happening. So then you look at, this region right here. This is your point of control region for the shorter time frame for the last couple of months, is like right in this range. And we keep bouncing off of that. And it's this blue line right here. So you can see right there, 67,000 seems to be kind of a cap. And we keep messing around in this range over and over and over again. So it looks like 67 has become a resistance. Now, if we can't get above 67,000 short term, by the way, then we have to come down and we have to retest. Well, where do we come to retest? You can see that we had a nice little bounce off of this liquidity down at 62.8. Larger time frame. We're going to go to the weekly to look at liquidity for that. And you can kind of see that there's still a little bit of money sitting down here And the goal is still 67,400. We can't seem to get above that. And nothing is more evident than when you look here and you see we got a 67, we got real close, and we keep getting rejected. Now, what I would tell you is if that's happening and you're seeing that over and over again, what does that mean? Well, what that most likely means is that there are some real big money over here in this range on the weekly right now that are protecting their investment. So their investment is they're in a short position on Bitcoin and they are holding the line right here. And they're the market is sweeping upwards to try to take its liquidity, and they're not getting close to it because somebody is protecting it. When you look at the larger time frame, probably going to see a lot more yellow up at the top. There you go. So you're going to see a lot more. It's 1.24 billion at this point in that range, 1.1 billion down here in this range. They're protecting their capital. They're protecting their investment at this point. So every time you get closer to this, these guys are dumping Bitcoin from a different wallet, and they're coordinating to make sure that other people are helping them to dump as well. That partners, you know what I mean? So as you move out a little bit further, then you see again, you've got this number kind of lighting up here at 2 billion, but the beacon of light up here is $2.2 billion up in this range above 71, 72. So there is going to be a move towards the upside. It's going to be when you least expect it. The one thing to remember about Bitcoin, when it moves, it's going to move contrary to what you want to see, because they're not looking to make you rich. They're looking to make themselves rich off of you. Remember, this is a wealth transfer. Crypto is a wealth transfer from those who can hold to those who cannot hold. So what I'm going to say at this point is when you look at it, what you're looking for is you're looking for a strong RSI. Do we have a strong RSI at this point? Well, no, not really. We kind of have a midline RSI. So if this continues down just a little bit more, then that RSI gets a little bit weaker and it'll be a much stronger bounce. So what I would think is we're probably going to come down to 61,000. We get to 61,000, then the RSI comes way down. RSI comes way down, then we get a nice strong bounce back, and then we take another shot at 67,000, which appears to be right about there. So that's the spot that we're going to have to break through. If we can break through that, then it's good to go. And of course, we will, by the way, break through. I keep saying like as if. Like, I'm not trying to scare you or anything. Like, we're getting ready to explode. I mean, it's the nature of it, right? Let's close that out. I don't need that anymore. But we're going to have a nice big move. Now, again, when you look at the previous market, what are we doing now compared to the previous market? Well, in the previous market, let's look at what we did right here. So the swing that we've had is basically about 7%. Maybe a little bit more, around 7% in the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days after the halving. So let's go to this other halving and let's see what happened in the first 6 days. Remember, it took 87 days before we went up 20% in this last one. Look at this. So what happened the day after is we dumped and pumped in those first 7 days. And what was the volatility here? It was right here to in the first 7 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 18%. So, and it went up and then it went down. So it's doing the same thing, just in reverse order. It pumped and then it dumped. So we're sitting a little bit more volatility previously than there is right now, but still, same thing kind of happened here. Now the other one took 148 days before we had that big move. So what does it look like over here? Well, in the first 7 days, we're going way back, way back. First 7 days, we went down with no return for about 5%. So we're in line with what we do every single time in crypto. Nothing is out of touch at this point. The only thing that I would say is we are consolidating at or near the all-time high. In consolidating at or near the all-time high and using this range right here, what we are doing is consolidating power for another big run. Like, we're not looking for a dump. We're not looking for a big come down. That doesn't mean that it won't happen. But of course, there could always be this kind of move here where we just bang somebody sets off a nuke or some, wild shit like that. And then it starts to look like, but at some point this thing happens, right? Again, 87 days on the first, on the last one. And then we took off, and then 148 days on the other one. And then we absolutely took off. So we're only about 7 days in. The ETFs, by the way, today was the first day. Today was the first day that the IBIT ETF had zero inflow. So it stopped at 71 days. At 71 days, the Bitcoin ETFs are no longer in the record books. By the way, for those of you who are keeping track, in overall, the Bitcoin, the gold ETF, was at zero after 3 days. So it's at 3 days, while Bitcoin is at 71 days. So, to me, it looks like, or it seems like to me that, and here we go. As a matter of fact, these are the outflows. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust has 72 days of outflows. No ETF has ever done anything close to that. It's the number one of all time. Not great, by the way, but it's over. IBIT took zero yesterday, and as such, its daily inflow streak has ended at 71 days, shy of all-time record, but one for the ages and utterly smashing the record for a new launch. So it comes in right here in the top 10. It comes in at number 10 at 71-day inflow. For verification, by the way, context, gold had an awesome launch and was out of the gate inflow streak 3 days. So after 3 days, gold started dumping. For IBIT, 71 days before it had one negative day. So there we go. Bitcoin price so far is down 6% in April, despite a rise in safe haven assets like gold and USD due to Middle East tensions. The halving might be a factor. Bitcoin appeal as a safe haven varies by country and economic conditions. So if you look at this is kind of giving you an idea of Bitcoin market performance, and you can kind of get an idea of what's happening after a few days on each one of these. You can see the U.S. banking turmoil. You can see the Iran drone attack, the Hamas attack. You can see the Russian-Ukraine situation playing out. And you can get an idea of what how it's contributing to market factors. So, but the Russell 2,000 stocks by most and least owned. Reuters reporting SEC is expected to deny the Ether ETF next month, as we predicted. Story is same stuff we've been saying. The SEC hasn't engaged. There's no comment, no nothing. Radio silence equals violence. So it looks like we're starting to get that thing where Ethereum may not be pumping off of the Ethereum ETF right now. Does that mean that they think China is idiots or Hong Kong are idiots? I mean, does that how does that play out? By the way, if you haven't already, become a member of the channel. That certainly helps push me up in the algorithm. And for those of you who follow me and you follow me on the Chicago Bears channel, just know that in a few hours, I'm going to be live for, I'm going live today for the final pre-draft, but I will be live tonight if you want to watch and check in for the NFL draft. And we'll be talking about that all evening long. So certainly come check that out. But guys, that is it for my time right now. So if you haven't, make sure that you check out these. These are important. Make sure that you're checking out API 3. Make sure that you're checking out Render. Make sure that you're checking out the DEVE token, Celestia, and Relio. And that's the Rio token. And make sure, because Donald Trump said, buy these coins. Now, how do you know that Donald Trump said buy these coins? Because if you don't,
you are low IQ.
That's right. If you don't buy those, you are low IQ, and you don't want to be low IQ, do you? Do you? And also, just so you guys know, I am Donald Trump's favorite channel. Donald Trump once said that his favorite channel in all of crypto is Believes Crypto. So if you haven't seen that before, if you don't know that, then I don't know what's wrong with you. Now let's pay some bills, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon. Guys, the bull run is almost here. The halving is almost here. The Hong Kong Ethereum ETF is almost here. You like ERC-20. We all like ERC-20. And the best way for you to accumulate more ERC-20 tokens or more Bitcoin, it's Cryptonomy.finance. If you've been here before, You know that I've been talking about a lot of these tokens. There's over 400 that you can choose from. They offer an exchange with the best rates, without commissions, and support from a highly qualified support and trading team 24/7. And this is available to every participant. Of course, you get immediate support if you are a VIP. And you can deposit UST into your Cryptonomy account, and then you can start to buy the desired assets that you want to use over here and exchange them as needed. Over 400 of them. And there's going to be a lot of updates coming out over the next couple days, weeks, and months. So, guys, if you are looking to advance your crypto portfolio, you need more tokens. Why not let the tokens that you currently have work for you? Go to Cryptonomy.finance.